G'day, I'm Tom.
And I'm James.
And we are the
Twopooltechs.
Sound check 1, 2, 3.
Things are just going so smoothly for you.
My life is perfect. $470 they want to charge.
What? For what?
I like our little theme song.
Be able to. Can you stop playing with that, thanks? For fuck's sake.
Oh, look, I'm just making this up as I go along. Jot that one down.
There. Just hold the phone there, team.
I went back onto AirTasker and deployed a few bat signals. Chair farting. You've probably heard us talk about chair farting here and there.
It's a very important component of our operation here, James.
Yeah.
Which then...
Episode 4.
So random.
Hello, Thomas.
G'day, James.
How you going?
We've had a week.
Put that on your chest.
We had a bit of a week off, haven't we? A bit away.
We have. It's been nice. A bit of a calm week. It's been nice to not have you around.
Yes. Yes.
What have you been? Tell all the kids about your weekend. With your mates.
I spent the week. So, all the viewers may not know I'm actually a avid
dickhead
sim racing champion.
An avid champion.
Yeah. Do a bit of sim racing at home. Have done it. Got into it back in COVID days when we had all the spare time in the world, and I've got built up quite a little bit of a group of buddies.
A couple of driving teammates.
Yep.
So this is sim racing driving we're talking about.
Yeah, so car driving, like driving a simulated car.
Actually, maybe on the YouTube thing we'll put a little photo of
the sim.
Video of you racing the sim.
It's pretty impressive. We've got a pretty cool little setup. Got triple screens and got a full kind of driving rig.
Got a rig.
It's good fun. So, anyway, the story. So, these people that I race with online, I never actually have met them in real life.
Thank God for that.
So, we've all talked to each other on Discord and on, via these online racing platforms, for years, but I've never actually met them. So, lo and behold, we decided we were going to have a big coming together for the Bathurst 12-hour race. And they're from all over the country. So a couple are from Tasmania, a couple are from Western Australia, and
yeah, right.
They were flying in from Cairns, all over the place. So they all flew in, met up. We met here, rendezvoused at my house here in Sydney, and then we all got in a hire car and drove up to Bathurst. And we spent the weekend watching the Bathurst 12-hour car race, which was very fun.
Yeah, good one.
Yes.
Sounds like a fun weekend.
So that's where I've been. Yes.
Yeah, cool.
It was eventful. There was lots going on.
So this is just last week.
Last weekend.
So that's why we had the week off.
Yes. Right. So it was lots of things going on, lots of cars going around. If you're into car racing, it was very, very full on race.
I'm a bit jealous of that. I wanted. But that's 2 years in a row I've had a friend go to the Bathurst 12-hour.
Very, you know what? It gives you a new appreciation for car racing.
Bathurst.
And the GT3 car. It is a very, very fast race car, and it goes very fast. It goes a lot faster around there than what the V8 supercar does.
I thought that was similar times.
No, the supercar does around a 20. Well, at peak speed, 206 is kind of a normal time. Right, so we're talking about 203, 202s for the GT3s. So very good. Pretty quick.
Valentino Rossi.
He was driving. Yes. Saw some big crashes.
Oh yeah, there was that massive kangaroo.
Yeah, a kangaroo at the start of the race hit Brock Feeney's car.
At like 250k?
Yeah,
and
obliterated.
Pulverised it.
Yeah, obliterated the front of the car.
There was no more kangaroo.
No, not much for the front of the car either.
Hardly any car.
Yeah, so...
pretty epic. That sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was very good. But back into the grindstone, back on the grindstone today, this last week.
Twopooltechs, how's business?
It's been good. It's been busy. Been kind of following up. It has definitely quietened down a bit, though, I think, in the last week or two.
We're hitting that season, aren't we?
Yeah, so things have started to kind of evolve and change. It feels like the impotence for all of the regular servicing is starting to slow down a bit. We don't have as much inquiry coming through about getting regular services set up. I think that's natural this time of year, though, do you think?
It is. I do think it's natural. But I suppose the other side of that is that we've got our regular customers that we're still servicing. So it's not like we've stopped. The inquiry slows down. I think you've got to be prepared for that at this time of year, though.
Yeah, right? I think for newbies, I think about where we were at last year. This is where you really start to get scared and you really start to question.
A bit.
Question whether you were actually able to. Can you stop playing with that, thanks? For fuck's sake. James is here playing with money, like just coins, bouncing around, and he's just making noise unnecessarily. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I've lost my train of thought here, James. What were we talking about?
We were talking about inquiry rate.
Yeah, inquiry rate slowed down.
Last year. What you were thinking last year?
The situation at this time of year was I was getting a little bit worried that we were going to be, are we going to have enough over winter? So I think back to then, now we've obviously got a bit of a customer base going, so it's not so, we don't feel so, in harm's way. But, servicing these regular clients is important. And I think this is the time of year where you've got a chance to really, have a look at your regular clients.
Yeah, don't be perturbed by the slowing downness, and actually use the opportunity and the time to.
I think there's
not milk it, but like
no, but like things that you maybe left.
Yeah.
Things that you haven't addressed. I know a couple of clients this week that I've looked at and I've gone far out. Their chlorinator the chlorinator is dead, or their chlorinator cells need replacing. So it's a good chance to actually go in and
get on top of that pool
and talk to your customers. Say, hey, these are things we need to probably over this winter period.
Especially if they're your regular
change
customers,
over.
Right? Like
totally.
They're going to trust you and all that stuff, as they should, and
absolutely,
and like you've got a good relationship with them.
Yeah.
So don't take advantage of that, but just use this time and the upcoming season.
It's the time of year to have the conversations about what things need to be updated, what things need to be upgraded, fixed, finished, or things that might need changing over for next season.
And what can you think of that you've got in the bank there, Tom?
What's going in the bank? Well,
not in the banks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what sort of jobs have you got on?
Got a couple of
that fit into that category. This
week, I've been speaking to a few customers who have had dead chlorinators, particularly. So the cells on the chlorinators, and interestingly, have been looking at chlorinators that are 2018, 2019,
which is 7 years ago now.
Yeah. So when you look at them and you go, wow, there's not a lot of chlorine being produced by this pool.
So when you say dead, what you mean they're not getting the electricity?
The output of the chlorinator cells are no longer putting out the chlorine that they were once putting out. So essentially the chlorinator the cells in a chlorinator only have a shelf, only have a lifetime.
5 years or something?
Well, 5 to 6 years is what they say. So, if you're looking at the chlorinator and it's no longer producing that much chlorine, it's probably time to upgrade.
Yeah, I got a couple of chlorinated. In fact, I got 2 I can think of, and then probably an acid wash or 2 in there. But I've also, because similar sort of reasoning in that my business has quietened a little bit, inquiry rates slowed down. I've gone back onto Airtasker.
Right.
I went back onto Airtasker and deployed a few bat signals.
Sending out a few of the templates that we sent out last week.
A few of our templates.
Yep. And
got some return. I reckon I've sent out probably 4 or 5 offers.
Right.
No, probably not even that. 3 or 4 offers. And I got 2 jobs.
Right,
mate.
What kind of pricing? Are we talking here? We're talking.
So that's a good question. Today I did a regular, the first service for $225 plus chemicals.
Right.
Which I actually made that offer on Airtasker, and I thought I wouldn't get the business because I thought there'd be someone undercutting that for sure.
Yeah.
But I thought, stuff it. Let's give it a go. See what happens. And I got it plus chemicals. So the total price of that was about $380, $400, something like that. Most of which was profit, apart from the cost of chemicals. And then the other one is a call-out fee for $110 plus whatever happens when I get there. And it's just around the corner from home. So.
That's interesting. So a call-out fee. So what does that mean? So you're basically have you told the client, okay, this is basically going to be me just coming to the place and to assess a problem?
Yeah, that's right. So
have they said there's a problem, or what's the issue?
Their pump's not working.
Right.
And that's all the info I could get, really. I couldn't, because it's a landlord talking on behalf of some tenants.
Right.
So I said, listen, without that much information, I can only really offer you $110 to come and assess.
Yep.
If I can fix it really quickly, I will. If not, I'll give you a call and tell you what the problem is.
Yeah.
But because I've locked him in on Airtasker as a task, I can just go request payment if that turns around to bite me in the arse, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it's not really a huge risk because the call-out fee is locked in thanks to Airtasker. Does that make sense?
Right. So you're saying that, because the payment's already there, essentially.
The payment's kind of there.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, and, I'm going to look after the guy, and if there's a problem, I'll talk to him, etc., etc. But if it all goes pear-shaped, I've still got that Airtasker guarantee.
Now, what's interesting is that you've got this. So this is a job on Airtasker that you're going and doing. Now, Airtasker have got an interesting model where for that job, you're essentially going to have to pay quite a large fee.
As a tasker or as a poster?
As the poster.
Yeah, 20%.
Right. So then you continue to do work.
That's their first tiers. They've got tiered. They've got a tiered system. Yeah, so
we may want to cut this bit out. Let's just keep the conversation going because we may want to cut this out. But so when you do that task, but imagine the second part of this is that if you do the job, right, that first part of the job is going in and assessing the issue. Now, once you've assessed the issue, say there's now a replacement of a pump, and that job, are you going to run that job through Airtasker?
Well, that's an interesting point.
Because there's some rules, and if
there is, and it can come back to bite you in the arse, as I've learnt the hard way.
But because I think Airtasker,
the preference would be to not do it, right? Yeah.
Well, I think so. Airtasker have a model where if you rebook someone that you booked before,
that's right, you get less.
It's only 1.6%.
Yeah, right. So if I did it as a new job,
and it's a guaranteed payment.
Yeah, so there's pros and cons, right?
So I think
if I just rebook it as a new job, there's definitely benefits to doing that. You're right.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's guaranteed, and you're doing the right thing by both parties. Then Airtasker, and you're not going to get risk
both parties.
Yeah,
because they've got it in writing, we've got it in writing. Yeah.
But I just wonder whether what you got to be careful of is Airtasker don't want. I know that I've heard of people getting in trouble before for having an Airtasker job that's like a $5 job or something, and then they go and put a bigger booking as a second booking, which then...
Oh, that's clever. I didn't think of that.
So they'll go and do a small job and then book the actual job,
right?
And as a second booking,
1.5%.
Yeah,
snitch.
But but that can be picked up by them because obviously you've got a job that's way bigger, so you just got to be careful, I think. So when that second job, whatever the second job is, so
I think the best way to get around that stuff is just to be straight up and honest. Like, you know, if the guy's called me up for $110 and then I want to book in a new pump for a $3,000 fit, as long as it's all honest, they can't.
So when you're on the job, I wonder if you're on the job and you know how on the job you've got the task amount that you're doing. So you know how it gives you an option to increase.
Yeah.
I wonder whether you're going to get charged the 20% for that particular increase.
Yeah, fuck, there's a lot of questions there, isn't there?
It's an important one.
Loophole, though. Yeah, it's an important one,
and an important one for our listeners, because our listeners are probably avid Airtasker users.
You will get stuck with the 20%, but if you not cancel it,
if you complete that job and then rebook a new job, but is that against the terms and conditions of the Airtasker
profiles
services?
Not sure, Thomas.
I'll come back to you on that one, James.
Chair fart. So let's explain for our listeners when we get back from our break.
Yep.
What the chair fart is. You've probably heard us talk about chair fart here and there.
It's a very important component of our operation here, James.
Yeah. No, that was a good chat, and there's a lot to think about there. We'll talk about that when we get back from the break.
See you soon.
Later.
Airtasker
822. Oh shit! Welcome back.
Yes, we're back.
Welcome back.
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 Things that are back is washing.
Backsack and backwash. Backwash. So part 2 is our backwash, and as per tradition,
welcome to the week's backwash. This week's backwash is going to feature James's backwash.
Yeah, what's James? It's the same as every other week. I haven't really got a lot going on. No, I honestly, Thomas, I don't have a lot to talk about backwash.
Things are just going so smoothly for you.
My life is perfect.
It's like you've got basically the Brighton Le Sands Bay on a very early morning when there's no wind.
Yeah, right.
Flat as glass.
Yeah. Flat out like a hooker in a hotel room, I am, Dal.
Mate.
Yeah, no, so my week's going well. My backwash would probably be... Oh, look, I'm just making this up as I go along. Cost of goods, cost of... Because you don't
want to get them.
So the one problem I've had this week with business is the cost of my fucking website.
Where? Why is that?
$470 they want to charge.
What? For what?
For another 12-month subscription. So
$470?
$470 for my website. Last year I paid $190, which I thought was reasonable. Right? That's for 12 months.
Far out.
Now they want to charge me $470. So I spoke to the customer service guy.
Wow,
his name was Jose. Probably still is Jose, actually.
Yeah.
And he gave me a handy little tip. He said, cancel your subscription, and then...
So they're charging you want to charge you $40 a month?
Yeah. Which, isn't completely unreasonable, but when compared to, $15 a month or whatever they charge.
So obviously they had a promotional period for the first 12 months or something.
Must have, right.
We're talking about Wix here, aren't we?
Wix, yeah.
Wix,
which I think is a really good website host.
Well, it is, but it doesn't as good when it's a $40 a month.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's what I said to him, and I was legit. I said, listen, I'll just go with another, because I'd rather go with Squarespace or even
Shopify at that price.
Yeah, at that price, right? Because there are some better hosts out there for sure.
and
he
more
said,
features.
So he said, cancel your subscription, and then they'll send you an email.
And then
offering you another 50% off.
Right.
He said 50% off is only for new plans, not existing. He said, if you turn off your auto renewal.
Right.
So I was like, fuck you, legend.
Holy moly. I tell you what, just looking at the plans across Wix, Business Elite, $199 a month.
Jesus Christ. You would have to be elite for that, wouldn't you? I think Wix is reasonable value. Look, I would pay $30 a month for it because it's really good analytics. It's great e-commerce. It's good Google business
integration
and SEO and stuff like that. It's a really good host, I think. But $460 for a year, I was like,
it's quite a lot of dosh.
Pulling my leg for sure.
Yeah.
So that's my backwash for this week.
It's quite a significant backwash. I mean, website is so important for your
business presence
and for owning your customer. Not owning your customer, but owning the location
and your brand
where your customer comes to online.
Yeah. Owning
that shop is very important. So,
and the reason I like Wix is because of the way it integrates so easily and quickly and nicely with Google.
Wix.
What do they call it? Weetabix.
Wix.
Weetabix. There's some Weetabix. Yeah, so
what we're saying, James, is that your website's now, you thought it was so good value, now it feels like you've been ripped off.
100%. That's what I'm saying. And if I was paying this amount for something like Shopify, which is brilliant e-commerce and great presence in terms of Google and whatnot,
a bit more,
I'd be right.
Yeah.
And Wix is not far off, to be honest. Wix is brilliant. It's just not quite as simple to set up, and it's not quite as good on SEO as Shopify. But for $20-$30 a month, it's
I think that when you're looking at, so what's the Shopify? What does Shopify cost? Let's have a look. So Shopify,
a month or something, isn't it?
Just hold the phone there, team.
Your call is important to us. Please hold.
So, holy jamolies.
Yeah, aren't they like $80 or something?
No. So it's $42 per month for basic Shopify.
Which is pretty comparable to Wix.
Yeah. So that basically gives you everything, all the features you need. If you want to go up from there for a small team, so for it's $114 a month.
So only you with Shopify?
But I'm on the basic plan.
Which is that $40 a month?
$42 a month.
And do you think that's reasonable value?
I think it's great value, to be honest.
Okay. Cool. And why?
So there's a couple of reasons. First one being that from a user experience point of view,
as a
web visitor,
okay, yep.
People know the Shopify kind of purchase process. As in buying something on. Payments and stuff like that through Shopify is very simple and easy, and also familiar for people that are actually doing those payments.
Yeah, customers. Yeah, that's true.
So I like that about it. I also like from a admin perspective, it is very user friendly as well. From a doing marketing and kind of connecting those dots, like the e-commerce side of things, I think is very good on it. Once you've got it set up, it is very good.
It's tricky to set up though, isn't it? But it's kind of worth all of the trouble that you go. Because we had that.
Not that it's not tricky. It's just time consuming.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, it's tedious.
You can get your head around it, and getting the templates and that set up. Yeah, it is hard work, but it just takes time.
It's one of those things you can just sort of say to someone like a junior, I'll give you $50 for a couple of hours.
You know what?
Upload this.
Go on Airtasker and find someone that is.
Hi guys, James here. So at this point of the podcast, when we were recording, we had a little technical failure. Sadly, we didn't notice until we had finished recording. So we lost kind of everything there. Microphones went dead. But that's okay. We got through a lot of good information for you today in this podcast. We hope you got something from it. I did just want to finish off with a little story about a service I did last week that kind of was a bit of an amalgamation. I do like that word, amalgamation of all the sort of podcast tips that we've given you in the last few weeks. I had an Airtasker client. So I made an offer on Airtasker using this sort of template, tailored it a little bit to the customer, got the job, sort of made an offer of a fairly decent, profit. Not really, you've got to be competitive on Airtasker, but I made the offer thinking, if I get it, that'd be great. If I don't, that's all right, no problem. Just let's have a go, keep it fair for everyone. Ended up getting the job, got assigned the task, and it was for a broken pump. Now, the guy didn't know a lot about what was wrong because he was a landlord and this was at one of his investment properties. So he hadn't seen it. He didn't really even know what the fault was. So I said to him, listen, I'll quote you $120. I quoted him $120 to go out and have a look at it. If I could fix it really simply, then I would. If I couldn't, I would call him. And that's what happened. I couldn't fix it. It was definitely a broken pump. It was a capacitor. The capacitor was gone, and rather than replacing that, it's always better just to get a new pump. So I called him with confidence. I said, mate, listen, my tip is going to be to get a new pump. He was a little bit sort of hesitant. He called me back in 5 minutes. He said, yeah, right, let's do it. So I asked him for money up front. He did pay up front, and I installed the pump, and everything went completely perfectly. And the pool's circulation is better than it ever has been, according to the tenant. So I rang the guy who gave me the task, the landlord, told him the good news, sent him a photo, and he's basically got a bunch of investment properties, and he was so happy with the way I kind of handled it and the expert advice and the confidence that I'm his new pool guy. So I think this is going to be like a really good sort of ongoing relationship. And so the reason I share that story is just, if you are confident and you deliver with confidence, but you remain competitive in terms of pricing and realistic, and don't sort of outprice yourself and just be honest with the customer, then it does pay off. And it was a nice little story because that's kind of the 3 or 4 weeks of advice we've given you kind of covers that. Anyway, we're going to get our stuff working again for next week. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon. Cheerio.
G'day, I'm Tom.
And I'm James.
And we are the Two
Pool Techs.